welcome to our 8th annual community night. My name is Mr. Barametti. Thank you for coming out on this beautiful evening. We're going to go ahead and get started with our performance tonight. We'll start with our traditional pre-game, and let's go ahead and get started. Welcome the Centerville Jazz Band. Salutes the Elks with the Elks Parade. And join us in singing the Centerville Alma Matter. welcome out onto the field our junior guard. So junior guard, make your way on out. Our junior guard program is under the direction of Michelle Cole, and we have been very fortunate to have a junior guard for several years now. In fact, we have now started to kind of see the benefits of this program with our high school guard members. Many of our high school guard students came up through the junior guard program, and it's one of the reasons why our guard is doing so well, and we have so many students involved, and it just makes the program across the board better. If you're in the high school guard and you were a member of the junior guard at one point or another, will you raise your hand? Look at all those high school guard members that were part of the junior guard. Pretty cool. So the junior guard meets a little bit in the fall, and they've been working on a few routines that they're going to perform with the band playing. And then in the winter, they actually perform a competitive show. They put together a winter guard show similar to what the high school guard does, and it just helps to train those students and prepare them for what it's going to be like when they get up to the high school. So we are excited to welcome the junior guard. It looks like they're about set and ready to go. All right, give it up for the junior guard. Our first tune that we're going to play for you tonight is a fan favorite. This is Hang On, Sloopy. Tune that we're going to perform for you is a tune that has been on the radio quite a bit if you've been listening at all over the summer. We try to pick, every year we try to pick what I would kind of consider to be like the song of the summer, and I actually have to consult my family on this because I have no idea, and I asked them what songs we should think about playing, and we listened to some different examples or different options, and we settled on a Jonas Brothers tune. You've probably heard it. It's called Waffle House. Anybody heard that song? The kids know it. The kids know it. I don't know. It's a song about breakfast. So, speaking of, actually, we're going to play this. We're going to play this with our 8th grade band members. For 8th grade night at the end of the month. They're going to join us at a football game. They're going to come out and play this with us at halftime. They've been working on this at their middle school bands, and so they'll keep practicing over the next couple weeks, and then they'll join us. Speaking of 8th graders, we do have to recognize in this group right now, there are 4 8th grade students in our Centerville Youth Percussion program playing with the drum line. So that's just another way to to kind of help build those skills and give those students an opportunity so that when they come up to the high school band, they know a little bit more about what to expect. And Mr. Carpenter has been working with them throughout the season, and it's been a really great program. So thanks to Mr. Carpenter for that. Thanks to Mrs. Cole as well for putting this together with the junior guard. This is Waffle House. Good. Junior guard, relax. Nice job. Give it up for the junior guard. Excellent. We've got one more to do for you, but you got to stand and clap along. This is the fight song. Here we go. Thank you very much. Yes, you can sit down. It's like church. All right. Hey, we really appreciate the support. This is awesome to see this many people out on a beautiful, beautiful night tonight. If you're thinking that it's a little bit earlier than we normally do this, you are right. We have done it kind of traditionally for a while in the month of October. It's a little bit darker by this point in the evening and a little bit cooler. So we're pretty happy to have this beautiful weather tonight, and we appreciate the support so much. We're going to change the stage here a little bit, and while we do that, we'll have a few speakers and some information for you. But students, CJB, you can take your hats off for a second and cool off. And you're going to set your hat, let's set them in your opening set, and then you can go and set any props that you need and move any equipment that needs to be moved. Junior guard, you're going to grab all of your things, and then high school guard, you're going to walk out and get your stuff set up for the show. So let's go ahead and move to those positions.
show from up here. I'm gonna watch the show from here. Alright, I'm gonna watch the show from here. Hey, Eliza, come up here and jump down. No, get on top of that thing and jump down.
Don't touch those things. Get down from there.
I'm not.
Don't touch those.
Why? I can't even get off that roof.
Okay, good. While we're getting set up here, we got to brag a little bit here on our outstanding prop crew. You're going to see tonight our very first presentation of these incredible props. So feel free to ooh and ah, but first, let's recognize anybody who has worked tirelessly on these props to make them look great. Can you stand up and let us recognize you, prop crew? So while they're getting set up, I want to tell you a little bit about how this all came together, because it's been kind of a whirlwind of a few days here. These props showed up, or the tarps for the props showed up on Thursday afternoon. They were all on one giant tarp that had all been mapped out of all of these different pictures, all these different paintings on one giant, kind of like a winter guard tarp. And our prop crew spent Thursday night first cutting those separate tarps off of the main one, and then attaching them to all of our frames, our stage down here in the front, and as you're going to see here in a moment, as the students are putting it up, we have a giant painting back in the left-hand side of the field. It took Thursday night, it took Friday night, and it took this morning since about 8 a.m., maybe earlier, 8 a.m.-ish. Yeah? Plenty of Bill's Donuts were consumed. And they worked all day today bringing these props down to the field as we were practicing. We got the last prop about 15 minutes. We got the last prop in spot. Yeah, there it is. We got the last prop in its spot about 15 minutes left in rehearsal, and we were able to do a full performance with everything out there for the very first time. So it's pretty incredible. We really, really appreciate it. I also want to recognize our artist. We are fortunate enough to have an artist that works with us on our staff, on our design team. She happens to be a Centerville band alum. She was in the color guard. Yeah, that's right. And has now been on our staff for several years. She is a very talented graphic artist, has an amazing eye, and we were talking earlier this week and she said, I cannot believe that my art is out on the field. So give it up for Lola Flores Holland. Well, how is it her art? Because the show is called Through the Eyes of Picasso, and we are doing a show that is inspired by the art of Picasso, but we changed the art enough that it looks like the art of Picasso, but we don't have to pay copyrights. So we're also very thankful for that. And, I mean, if you think about the show title, we're presenting what art would look like through the eyes of Picasso. We're not saying this is the art of Picasso. We're saying this is the art through the eyes of Picasso, how Picasso would have seen the world and seen art. So we've obviously got all of our paintings around the field. Our large painting there in the middle, the black and white painting, is kind of a general focus for most of the show. That is based on a painting by Picasso called Guernica. Look it up. There's some fantastic history behind that painting. Our color guard, you'll notice their costuming matches the artwork. Their flags match the artwork. There has been a lot of effort put into making all of that coordinated and all of that work on a much grander scale. And we're super excited and really, really proud of our team for being able to do that. And when I say team, I mean like from parents all the way to tech staff, all the way to designers. It really is a team effort. So you're going to see a lot of quirky Picasso-esque things. You're going to hear a lot of quirky Picasso-esque things. We're doing music by a group called Y Music, like the letter Y, and then music. So go look up Y Music. The first tune is called 11 by Y Music. Then we play a tune by Stan Kenton. If you know Stan Kenton Orchestra, Stan Kenton was a fantastic, amazing jazz artist. We're doing a tune called Incident in Jazz by Stan Kenton. Then we go to another Y Music tune briefly called Paris. And then our ballad is a really beautiful piece called My Spanish Heart by Chick Corea, another fantastic jazz artist. And we end with something many of you probably have never heard, and it's really fantastic. It's a piece called Miranda by Michael Nyman. We have just recently put part of the closer on the field, as in like this week. It's been a lot of closer this week, and so we're excited to present part of the closer. Where we're finishing tonight is not truly the end of the show. There's still more to come, but we've gotten ourselves to a good ending point for right now, and then we're going to keep adding on. How many of you were at our parent preview show at the end of band camp? Yeah, I thought so. It's going to be a little bit different than that. I hope so. I hope so. So, it looks like we're all set and ready to go. Can we do a mic check? Let's get our soloist checked. Check. Okay, so here we go. This is a first public full performance of Through the Eyes of Picasso. pretty exciting, right? It's so cool to finally see it all come together, and I'm telling you, the staff is just as excited right now. Speaking of staff, I just want to recognize all of our staff for all of their hard work. Give it up for Mr. Gasaway right up here. Mr. Carpenter, our percussion director right here. Shirley Fairbanks and Alice Holland, our directors right here. Can I have any staff members that are around, please stand. If you're staff, please stand and be recognized. Give it up for our staff. Love you guys. It's awesome. We've got a great team. We feel really awesome about where we're at right now and the potential that we have moving forward. Like I said, that's not the very end. There's probably another minute or so that's going to come hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We want to go to our first BOA Regional on October 7th with a complete show to the BOA Toledo Regional. So that's our goal.